JJ McCarthy's pro day at Michigan is tomorrow. He continues to gain steam among some as a potential top 5 pick in this draft. 27-1 as a starter at Michigan. He's consistent. He knows how to win. He's smart, but there are a lot of questions still. We welcome Kimberly Martin into the show now. And Kimberly, what are you hearing on the importance of McCarthy's pro day? Because there are some who are like, pro days don't even really matter. But what are you hearing about McCarthy specifically?
Exactly. That's the thing. Yesterday we saw Caleb Williams' pro day, and a lot of scouts and execs I talked to said, listen, there was nothing Caleb was going to do on the field that would make us not love him. I think this pro day for JJ McCarthy is very important. His draft stock seems to be rising like it does this time of year. But unlike Caleb, where he, everybody knows about the wow and the splash plays, I think this is an opportunity for JJ McCarthy to show teams, yeah, I can show off some athleticism. I have moves, like I can throw the ball downfield. And I think we'll have some more of those like wow moments. And this is an opportunity for him as the headliner of Michigan's pro day to show teams, yes, you should be excited to move up and try to draft me.
Yeah, a lot of the news out of the combine, too, as you know, Kimberly, was just in the meetings. JJ McCarthy shines. He'll make you fall in love with what he brings to the table as a quarterback. So let's talk about McCarthy's game, though, Bill. What are your concerns when you look at the tape?
So with McCarthy, obviously he was asked to do some unique things in Michigan's offense. He was playing for a great team, great defense, great run game. Every quarterback wants that, right? At the end of the day, it shouldn't be his fault that he had good players around him. But something we didn't see from him last year was that deep passing game out of structure when he had to create on the run. And that was something we saw from all the other quarterbacks at the top of this class with Caleb Williams, Drake May, Jaden Daniels, all between 33 and 35 deep completions last year, 20 or more yards in the air. JJ McCarthy last year, only 19. So we didn't see him have to throw the ball deep as often as maybe these other quarterbacks did. So at his pro day, coincidentally, of course, we're going to see him throw deep, throw out of structure. And I think that's going to be really telling for teams. We didn't get to see that all that much on tape last season.
Yeah, the only time Michigan trailed in the second half of a game last season was in the CFP semifinal against Alabama in that Rose Bowl game. Of course, McCarthy was able to lead those game-winning drives in the moments that mattered the most. Pro day season, you guys. We saw Caleb Williams' pro day yesterday. Look at those glasses. Draft me. Also happen to be Bears colors. Did you notice that? Let's go to the pro day, though, okay? He didn't really try to wow anyone. As he told Louis Riddick, he was trying to show he could stay within the pocket, make some more routine throws instead of some of that out-of-the-pocket magic he pulled off in college. But here's Caleb on his talks with the Bears.
And you see a bunch of stuff always on social media about me. Even though I don't speak or post much, you see everything about me every single day, recently at least. And so they want to just get to know me, see what type of player I am. Because, to be the number 1 pick, you're investing a lot into a QB and players that are number 1 picks. And so they want to see who they're investing their time, energy, and effort into, money into. And that's, first and foremost what they're trying to do.
All right, so he knows what's going on. Assuming the Bears do draft Caleb Williams, it certainly seems like they've set him up for success. Williams' top receivers would be DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, who both had over 1,200 yards last season. No quarterback drafted in the top 5 has ever played their rookie season with multiple receivers who have had that many yards. Chicago also signed running back DeAndre Swift to give another offensive weapon. I mean, Bill, a lot of times when you think about a number 1 overall pick or a top 5 pick, they're going to a bad team. Doesn't seem that way. When you look at this offense that Williams is potentially walking into in Chicago, what do you think?
They got a lot of pieces there, but they're missing one thing. That's very important for quarterbacks to break out as rookies, and that is a franchise left tackle. Last year, they had Braxton Jones, who was solid when healthy, but had a pressure rate around 14% according to the NFL's next-gen stats. That's above league average, and they have the ability to take a tackle with the 9th overall pick. And when you go through history, again, look at the quarterbacks who have broken out in their first year as a starter. There's usually a very solid left tackle in place as well. Patrick Mahomes had Eric Fisher as a good example. You go back to C.J. Stroud last year, had Laramie Tunsil. And let's go back to 2001. Tom Brady in his second season, they draft Matt White, excellent long-term tackle for the Patriots, left tackle. They also had a center. He was a very handsome guy. I can't think of his name. Real versatile talent by the name of Damien Woody. So if anyone knows the importance of having a great offensive line in front of a young quarterback, it's D. Wood.
Yep. Yeah, listen, when we talk about rookie quarterbacks, I always talk about what type of infrastructure they're walking into. And when you look at the Bears, they really have that. Obviously, you highlighted the 2 wide receivers, DJ Moore, the explosiveness that he brings to the passing game. And then Keenan Allen, he's just so friendly to any quarterback, especially a rookie coming in. Obviously, DeAndre Swift, explosive running back, and then Cole Kmet at the tight end position to really man the middle of the field. So if you look at this Bears offense, from the skill position perspective, they have really got it in a situation where Caleb Williams or whoever the quarterback's going to be is walking to a pretty doggone good situation.
Yeah, I think Bill's point about the tackle is really astute, certainly something they can address in a very offensive tackle-rich draft. But I'll say this about Caleb Williams and about Chicago. Damien, you laid out the weapons they've added there. The situation that he is walking into is significantly better on a relative basis, of course, than the one he left behind. And I think that's really notable for the Bears because for Justin Fields, when he came in as a rookie, the reverse was true. And no, that doesn't always mean a quarterback who's well situated is going to struggle. CJ Stroud, obviously Fields' successor, also came from an excellent situation and thrived as a rookie. But I think for the Bears, what it gives you is a lot of explanation for some of Williams' issues. For example, the long time to throw, which was a Justin Fields issue too. When you watch USC's tape, you see so much of that is because of Williams' circumstances, lapses in pass protection, struggles on the part of the wide receivers. Of course, he was also saddled with a horrible defense, so he felt the need to play hero ball. My point is, you have seen him overcome adversity in college, and now he enters a Bears team that is just such a better position than they were a few years ago when they drafted Justin Fields.
Mina, I think it's such an instructive point, and that tape tells such a story. If you don't know all that context, you may be like, he's too wild at times. In his 3 seasons, despite some of the issues personnel-wise in college, Williams led the FBS in passing yards and touchdowns from outside of the pocket. He did what he could to try to lead the team to wins and really was impressive in a lot of those ways.